Welcome to the Things You Can't Unhear podcast. I'm your host, Maritza Barone. In this show, I will introduce you to ideas, concepts, and mindsets that will open your mind to a new world of well-being and personal life growth. Through eye-opening interviews, we elevate people in the world doing amazing things for humanity and share insights that will shift you to become the happiest, healthiest, kindest, and most compassionate version of you. Hello everyone, welcome back to Things You Can't Unhear. I'm Maritza Barone. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And if you're here every week, welcome back. Now, I want to talk to you guys today about manifestation and creating new potentials and experiences in your life. It's literally one of my favorite topics. I could talk about it all the time. This episode was inspired by a bit of my morning walk, actually. So I'll tell you about how my morning rolled out and a bit of a background into sort of the things that happened that inspired me to share this with you. So this morning, the sun was shining. I got up early and I went for a beautiful walk along the beach, and I put on my earphones. I wanted to do a meditation at home, but I thought, no, it's so beautiful outside. I'm going to do a walking meditation. So I put on my earphones and I played some beautiful healing frequency music that I found on Spotify. And I took my shoes off and I was barefoot and walked along the beach, and I completely emptied my mind of any thoughts or worries or concerns or pending deadlines or to-do lists that were piling up. And I even made myself, believe it or not, forget that we are currently facing another lockdown here in Fiji after 12 months without any community transmission. But that's another story. So as I walked, my mind was super clear, clean, like a blank canvas, just taking in all the beauty of the sky and the sand and the sea that was surrounding me. And I hope I'm painting a really beautiful picture, because it truly was divine this morning. So as I was walking along, I reached as far as I could go along the beach, and I decided to sit down and close my eyes for a meditation on the sand. And the sound of the waves were cascading around me, and the healing music was pouring into my ears from my headphones. And like in that moment, I felt this huge sense of gratitude and like pure joy. And I wondered for a moment, like, how bad is this? That I wondered why I was feeling so happy, because I thought, oh, I shouldn't be feeling happy. Maybe I should be feeling anxious or scared or stressed because this whole new COVID situation happening here at the moment. But I truly was feeling at ease. I was peaceful. I was thankful. And I really, really loved the feeling. You know, I realized then that I'd learned how to choose how I wanted to feel. And I was not allowing news headlines or any other external source dictate my emotions. And I had that realization. So it was quite beautiful. So on the way back from my walk, I thought I'd listen to a bit of an audio book that I'm currently listening to. I'm listening to Dr Joe Dispenza's Becoming Superhuman at the moment. He changed my life about 5 years ago when I read his first book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And I was and still am intrigued by his teachings. I think he's fabulous. So if you haven't heard of him, look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I've put the audio book on. The narrator's starting to articulate the words in the book. And as I'm continuing to walk along the beach with bare feet and a clear mind, the narrator started to begin to share a story of how Dr. Joe Dispenza helped his son create a job and career through manifestation and meditation. I was listening and I was feeling so inspired to like run home and do exactly what he was explaining. Hearing how he'd called something in was so exciting, and it was such a simple process and something that I've actually explained here before in other episodes, but I'm going to say it again because repetition is key when it comes to creating experiences in your life and things that you want to draw in and manifest. So this is the process that was shared today. Now, if there's something that you'd like to call in and experience in your life, or a great career, for example, or better health if you're unwell, perhaps a supportive relationship or a new relationship, some great friendships or financial abundance, or whatever it is that you are looking to call in to your life, what we need to do is actually tune into the feelings and emotions, the frequency, he calls it, that you will be in when these experiences physically come into your life. So the exact terminology used was tuning in to a new potential. So Dr. Joe's method was very similar to a method that I've shared here before, where I've told you guys to write out an intention that you've got for 30 days and then call in the feelings and emotions of that potential while you are writing it day after day after day after day. So you're feeling that emotion over a period of time every single day. That's really worked for me numerous times, and I have physically created experiences and opportunities through that method numerous times. It's almost like magic. So what Dr. Joe tells us that's a little bit different is he says to get a blank piece of paper and write down a capital letter in the middle of that paper that symbolizes something that you are wanting to attract or manifest. For example, if it's a relationship, you can draw a big R in the middle of the paper with 2 squiggly circular lines around the letter to represent the frequency that you need to call in. So next to that letter, you start listing some meaning. So for example, if it's a relationship that you're trying to manifest, list some specific elements this perfect partner you want to call in has. So maybe it's someone kind, or someone that makes you laugh, or loves long walks on the beach, or long conversations, whatever floats your boat. And then add another list next to it of how you want to actually feel when this imagined potential happens. So you want to feel loved, you want to feel supported, you want to feel seen, you want to feel happy. Then, and this is the key, and I said it just a couple of sentences ago, you need to rewire your mind to feel these emotions over and over and over again. Writing it down once is not going to work. You need to teach your body how to follow what your mind is creating. So you need to meditate on these feelings, on these emotions daily, over and over. Repetition is key, and it's how we manifest and bring this in. We need to replace the old repetitive emotions with new potential emotions and feelings. New potential emotions and feelings. So commit to doing it for 30 days. 30 days really works for me, and then I sort of sit back and go, let's just see this unfold. Dr. Joe says do it as long as it actually happens. Depends on how hungry you are to get the results. Of course, some of us are hungrier than others, depending on what we're trying to call in and how committed we are. But commit to at least 30 days to sit in these feelings for at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes every day. And then watch how things magically unfold. It's so fun. It's so fun to do. Can you imagine scripting your own life? This is pretty much that. So it's fun. And it's not just woo-woo. Dr. Joe provides scientific explanation for those who need it into how this works in our brains. So if that's a clarification you need, you can go out and listen to some of his talks. So anyway, so as I was walking back and listening to this method, as I said before, I felt so incredibly inspired to get out that piece of paper and plan my potential and test this method again and again and again. And then I just remembered, I have to give myself the credit because I've been doing this for such a long time now that I'm doing it subconsciously, and it's much easier over time. And, there's been particular occurrences that have happened over the last 6 to 12 months that have been nothing short of magical and manifested. And I literally did not give myself the credit for all the work I'd put in over the years to get to this moment and create the life that I currently lead. Because many of us, including me, as I've just indicated, we live in a constant state of want. We keep seeking more and more. And at times, we just forget to acknowledge when that called in experiences comes to fruition, when that thing that you wanted actually happens. So right now I'm making myself, and I am feeling grateful for the time and effort I've put into creating my own reality. So give it a go. If there's something you want to call into your life and experience, set those intentions and the emotions attached to it and meditate on it every day for 30 days. Now, you can do your own meditations if you've got something that you like to do. If you want to follow Dr. Joe's guided meditations, he calls them the Tuning Into New Potentials meditations, and you can literally just Google that. It's on YouTube and it's on his website as well, which I can pop into the show notes to make things easier. But it's, as I said, called Tuning Into New Potentials by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So good luck. May the frequencies be with you. I'd love to hear how you go in 30 days' time and if this worked for you. So drop me a line. You can find my email at maritzabarone.com or hit me up on Instagram, Maritza_Barone. Have fun, stay well, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Pardon the pun. Thank you for listening to the Things You Can't Unhear podcast. I'd love to keep the conversation going. Let us know what you thought of this episode, and if something really profound came up for you that you want to share, let's talk about it. You can find me on Instagram at Things You Can't Unhear or on my personal page at Maritza_Barone. And if someone you know will benefit from something that was said in this show, make sure you share it with them too. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and keep up to date with what's next. And if you can spare a few seconds, please rate and review the show on iTunes, just so other people can find us more easily and quickly. And as always, my friends, be happy, be healthy, be conscious, and be kind.